We have been told for many months that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. He's fascist, and he is. That's not an exaggeration. There is no exaggeration happening. That's exactly what is happening. Their plans for mass deportation are already underway, along with many other things we're going to get to. That being said, I cannot believe that we have had such an abdication of duty from our leaders. And there is no one in the Democratic Party saying, here is how this fight for democracy continues. Let me outline it for you. Now, Kamala Harris has said a little bit of that, but I just want to play, and I thought Democracy Now! Did a good job of sort of a roundup of what Biden has been saying post-election and what Kamala Harris said post-election. So I just want to play this for you, and we can look at it and talk about it.
President Biden Thursday said he'd called President-elect Trump to congratulate him and promised a peaceful transition of power.
The struggle for the soul of America, since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system.
Okay. I can't. Let's take that piece for piece. You have to love this country even when you lose. Does anyone here think that Donald Trump loves the United States? Does anyone here think he respects the United States, respects the Constitution, loves Americans? Does anyone think he is really concerned about being a president for all people? Of course not. Of course not. I cannot scream because I am still getting over whatever the hell infection this is. But he does not. And this is, if you're a Republican right now, you got to look at this and be like, man, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that when faced with an absolute affront to the administrative state, to normalcy of governance, to normalcy of international law, domestic law, when a complete criminal kleptocrat is sent back to the White House, and we've all been sounding the alarm, that the other side who's been sounding that alarm is like, love one another, huh? Now, I understand obviously what he means, which is let's not demonize one another. Sure, we have to live in the same society. No one is demonizing particular voters, at least not me. I disagree, but I believe we have work to do. And part of that is bringing your dumb ass along with us, sadly. So there's that. But I don't subscribe to the alpha male manosphere BS. But even me, who doesn't have a penis, my penis just shortened a little bit hearing this dude be like, let's just all, we respect the rule of law. Can you please fight a little bit for the American people? You already rolled over for Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema when they were senators blocking your agenda. They made you walk back from it. Your melty ass brain and your own ego made you stay in the race. Now I'm yelling. I'm sorry. We simmer temperatures. And now you're like, oh, but we just need to respect the rule of law. SCOTUS made you untouchable. They made you a king. Corn Pop was a bad dude, but Corn Pop would have known exactly what to do in this moment. I don't know. Think big. I don't mean rounding people up, but I do mean trying to hold Donald Trump accountable, continuing to do so, making sure the court cases play out since your whole DOJ fumbled the January 6th case. I swear to God, I swear. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But it's pathetic. It's pathetic. This is pathetic. And it was the same feeling I had after 2016 when, after all of that effort, Hillary Clinton goes hiking. Now, to be fair, nobody wanted to see her face, but where was the leadership? Where was anyone telling us this is how we're going to fight? Where's the cohesion? Where are the people giving us the emergency numbers? Where are people telling us where we can be safe? Where are people telling us where we can get legal counsel and representation if you're undocumented? Where are those people? Like, I don't want to do a Jan 6 of the left. I'm not saying that. But can we not roll over so easily? This guy, I swear to God. Okay, now, I will give her credit. Kamala Harris did not strike this tone. She struck a different tone. Oh. This part. Our elections are secure. I don't know. How do we take these people seriously? How do we take Democrats seriously when we know that voters had been purged from voter rolls? When we know Greg Palast did investigative reporting? That means he literally went to talk to the people who proudly were like, yeah, I purged a bunch of voters. By Greg's last count, what was it? At least 800,000 people across the country purged from the voter rolls. Now, I'm not saying that would have been the difference. Might have been the difference. But like, how can you sit there with a straight face and say that no one is being suppressed at the ballot box and everything is on the up and up? It's fucking ridiculous. These are not our leaders. These people will never help us. I am so sick of not putting up a fight. I can't. I just can't. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful to the history of voting rights in this country. Excuse me. As Black Americans are getting text messages telling them to report to a plantation because lol, isn't that funny? Threatening them, and you're like, everything was on the up and up with this election? Not all the ballots are even in. So, I mean, say what you will. Like, I would never become a right winger just because, I feel good, you know what I'm saying? But I will say that I admire their passion. You know what I mean? I admire that they actually fight for stuff. I admire that they have some militancy, right? I like militancy. I believe in nonviolent militancy, but I believe in militancy. Let's keep going.
It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose.
President Biden spoke in the Rose Garden a day after Vice President Kamala Harris conceded her loss in a speech at her alma mater, Howard University.
While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
That's the line. While I concede this election, I don't concede the fight that fueled this campaign. I appreciate that. And I didn't watch the whole speech because I'm too hurt. But if she followed up with, like, again, how to get support, that would be good. Oh, so I can't say definitively that she didn't. My guess is she didn't. But I'm just, naming that. Jackson, thanks for the super chat. Wouldn't it be better if Democrats stayed out of Trump's way and let Trump tank the economy than remind his base of all the promises he made? First of all, what's interesting about that is he made no promises. Donald Trump this time around made no promises, which is why the Democratic loss is even greater. Look, post 2016, I was working at AJ Plus, and we did a very honest, analysis of, like, okay, why do people like Trump? And we looked back, and hey, he had not won yet. we were looking at him rising and we said, okay, well, what did he say about healthcare? He said, I'm going to deliver something better than Obamacare. Bing, you know? He didn't talk about cutting Social Security or Medicare, even though he did try once elected. But there were all of these very, you know, opaque promises that he made, very blanket promises that would have, if you're like, again, a low information voter who's just sort of looking at the top line, would have convinced you that, you know what, maybe Trump's got an idea. He is going to deliver for the working people. That they had definitely more deniability. This time around, it really was the Democrats to lose. Now, I want to play a little bit later. Olayemi Olurin, who I love, had a different take, and I truly respect it. So I wanted to play it for y'all in a little bit. But I just want to name how frustrating it is to have truly no leadership in this very dark and very scary moment. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.